The JD5 show rolls on for yet another season. And Brian Robinson, I'll help you pack your bags myself, my boy. It's a lot to talk about from the Washington Commanders and Cincinnati Bengals Week 2 preseason matchup. And let's get into it. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Bleeding B&G. We have a quick video for you guys today because I'm producing a lot of other content for you guys today. We have the vlog coming out and we have the reaction video to tonight's game. But before we get too deep into this video, you already know what I'm going to say. Don't forget to flood that comment section. Smash that subscribe button and smash that like button so you're not missing any of this content from Bleeding B&G on your Washington Commanders. And without further ado, man, let's get into today's video. So this isn't going to be a long video at all. Because Bleeding B&G, we're in preseason form just like everybody else. And I'm not about to sit and talk about a bunch of guys that's about to be working and talking to me, working with me and talking next to me at the water cooler in the next couple of weeks. But there was some things that we absolutely need to talk about coming out of Northwest Stadium. Now, your boy was boots on the ground at Northwest Stadium last night to get a first-hand point of view of everything that went down in the stadium yesterday. I will say this. Don't expect a super long, in-depth recap. Don't expect a super long, in-depth recap because I felt like I played yesterday. That's the reason why this video isn't coming out until yesterday. That was the slowest moving game of all time. And when you're dealing with a whole bunch of Sam Hartman incompletions, what do you expect? But let's get into the stars of the show. Let's get into the people that we're actually going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks when September starts. So we can start with Jayden Daniels, the golden boy. Y'all see him, that guy, number 5, the golden boy. Jayden Daniels looked like a superstar without throwing a pass yesterday. And I don't think that's hyperbole. I don't think I'm slicing it for anybody that watched the game. He was elite at handing off that football yesterday. And then guess what? When he did happen to use his legs, touchdown. I don't need to see any more of him for the rest of the preseason. And I'm glad that we didn't. I know people are starting to harp about, oh, why didn't he slide? Why didn't he get down? Bro, Jayden Daniels is a football player. He said, yeah, y'all wanted me to get down. Y'all wanted me to slide. But then y'all cheered when I got into that end zone. That's what elite talents do. I know we ain't used to having that in Washington. We got to get used to having athletes with athletic arrogance in Washington because Jayden Daniels is that. And like I said, he looked like a stud without throwing a pass yesterday. And I don't need him to. Save your arm. Save your arm for September, my boy. I don't need you to throw that near pass against the Cincinnati Bengals in August. I don't need you thinking it's December and November like Joe Burrow was getting his brains beaten by that defensive line. By them hound dogs on that defensive line. We saw it. Yeah, the scoreboard might not reflect it, but we kicked the Cincinnati Bengals ass yesterday with the ones. Yeah, I know they got the opening touchdown off of a acceptable, like a very questionable penalty, pass interference penalty from Noah Igbenogany on Jamar Chase. That was a give a touchdown. The referees just gave y'all that touchdown. They thrifted y'all that touchdown. Because even in that drive, even on the touchdown play, I saw some things that I could take away from and be positive about going into the season. Like Javon Kinlaw out there whipping ass. Go look on the play that the Cincinnati Bengals scored on, that Chase Brown barely got in the end zone. And the rest of that opening drive. Javon Kinlaw looked like every bit of that $15 million average annual value that you guys made a big deal about. Now, I know it's just preseason, and we got to take these with a grain of salt, but those were ones going against ones yesterday. And our ones on that defensive line with the Cincinnati Bengals ones on that offensive line. Yes, they did. And I know I'm jumping all over the place because, like I said, we're in preseason form. Well, one thing that I know that I can't forget, one thing that I know I'll be remiss if I didn't bring up. Hey, Brian Robinson, I'll pack your bags for you, gang. It's time to give it up, my boy. You might as well get a Greyhound ticket because your days in the DMV are numbered. Your days in the DMV are numbered. Y'all know we did the video where we had to jog our victory lap when Ben Standing, suggested that Brian Robinson might not be on the roster come week 1. And then Jordan Schultz a couple of days ago said that the Commanders are actively shopping Brian Robinson on the trade market. And then we get the report a couple of hours prior to game time, prior to kickoff, that the Commanders and Brian Robinson mutually agreed that he wouldn't be playing tonight. Yeah, okay. Mutual my ass. Dan Quinn and AP probably told him that he wouldn't be starting, and he wouldn't be starting this season, and Brian Robinson threw a hissy fit. We saw what he said after, during the Detroit Lions game when he had his one good game in 2 months. Oh, man, this is what happened when Brian get fit. Like, he's not a bruiser bat that gets bruised up at the second half of seasons. I don't want to talk about it. But guess what? I don't need to talk about it. I don't. Because last night went about as bad for Brian Robinson as he could have imagined. Brian Robinson was mad as shit watching that game from his couch yesterday. And I would be too if I was him. Seeing Chris Rodriguez, who people have been talking about, people in the fan base have been talking about, is better than me for a while now. That Chris Rodriguez greater sign Brian Robinson agenda has been out there for at least a year now. When I see him pop off a 40-yard run, one of damn near, if not the longest run that I would have had in my career. Yeah, I know it's just preseason, but that should tell you everything that you need to know about a running back going into his 4th year. And then we just talking about Chris Rodriguez. Guess what? Yeah, he had a 40-yard run, but he didn't even show me the juice to get it in the end zone. He showed me the vision. He showed me his burst through the line of scrimmage, but I didn't necessarily see the long speed. You know who I did see the long speed from? Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt on this 27-yard touchdown on the next drive. On the insinuating drive. Now, I know Brian Robinson probably put a crack in the remote after Chris Rodriguez's first run. He broke that bitch with it. He put a crack in the TV with his remote after Chris Rodriguez's first run. Oh, he broke that bitch after the Bills run. He broke that bitch after Ja'Cory Crosky-Merritt's run. I promise you. And I know an offensive players looking good against the Cincinnati Bengals defense is like being the tallest midget. I know it's a small pond over there. It don't take a lot to be the big fish. But when you see plays getting perfectly executed through blocking schemes like Andrew Wiley playing left tackle, something that we know is solidified for Laramie Tunsil once he gets in there. You see John Bates clearing out guys like a damn bodyguard. And then you look at that and like, oh, that's why we pay him like a 6 offensive lineman. Maybe he's not an overpay. Because John Bates is essential to the way that this offense moves. I don't know if you guys didn't know. Newsflash. So I said, yeah, I know we lost. We lost to the scoreboard yesterday. I get it. But I saw everything that I needed to see out of everybody that's going to be contributing from September, October, November, and on. Quan Martin looked like a damn demon on that first defensive drive. Had a good open field tackle and coverage. And turned something that looked like it could have been a 20-yard gain into a 3-yard gain. Then stopped the tight end short of the goal line on 3rd and goal. In July, I tweeted out that Quan Martin will be a Pro Bowler in the 2025 season. And it looks like I might be back on here doing another prediction video soon. Because y'all know we don't miss over here, believe me and G. We like, that's so Raven. They call me, that's so Jalen. I like how Deron Payne was active on the defensive line. Frankie Lou was just a fucking nut. We honestly should have been off the field if he wasn't having tush-push flashbacks. I don't know what the hell was going on. But I know Frankie Lou was going to show up on Sundays during the regular season. So I ain't going to hold his head to the fire too much. I'm not. I'm not. But outside of the starters, I thought Jalen Lane looked really well. He showed me everything that I wanted to see from him in New England. And it's not his fault that he has a health teacher and Sam Hartman as his quarterback. He even contributed early. I think he caught a pass from Josh Johnson prior to Ja'Cory Crosby-Mary's touchdown run. So that shows you Cliff is going to try to get to him in there early, whether it be through manufactured touches. But Jalen Lane, is going to have a role in this offense early in the 2025 season, along with Ja'Cory Crosby-Mary. And that should tell you the state of this roster. Because I made a tweet once, it was reported that Brian Robinson was actively being put on the trade market with the trading block. I made a tweet that said that Adam Peters is purging his roster. He basically told us that with the pause in his introductory press conference in 2024 when they asked him about the state of his roster. And I know we kind of got a little delulu last year because we made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. We made it all the way to the NFC Championship game. But if you think it's for any reason other than that guy, number 5, right there, if you think it's for any reason other than that, you're sadly mistaken. He's accelerated that rebuild. And in terms of purging the roster, when I say purging the roster, I'm not even talking about the top end of the team talent. Because I do think that we finally got some blue chip talent in Washington, something that I'm not used to in my 30 years being a fan. I do think we have some blue chip talent in Washington now. I'm talking about the depth pieces. There's a reason why in back-to-back weeks, once we get to our 3rd and 4th stringers, we start getting our asses whooped. Adam Peters is trying to build a good, solid team, 1 through 53, not 1 through 33. I'm going to tell you how we can start that now, Adam Peters. We can start that by leaving Sam Hartman in Landover. He don't even need to catch the bus back to Ashburn, bro. Because, I'm all about AP, let AP cook. Y'all know I'm leaning team in, the contract standoff between Terry McLaurin and, the Commanders. I think Terry McLaurin is fucking tripping. But I say this a little tongue-in-cheek, but now I'm a little serious. Let me look in the camera. If Sam Hartman is on this roster in the next 48 hours, I would declare this as Adam Peters' first miss. Now, it might be Marshawn Lattimore, and it might be Dom Hampton. But if Sam Hartman is still in Ashburn in the next 48 hours, oh, yeah, Adam Peters, this one is on you. Undrafted free agent or not. Because we can't be preaching competition. And my man Sam Hartman gets the handshake and high-five his way through yet another NFL season. I throw the ball better than Sam Hartman, bro. He might as well start, doing progressive commercials. The ladies love him. Y'all think he's a hunk? Get him out there. Because everybody now, it's the popular thing now to bash Luke McCaffrey. And this is why you need to hit that subscribe button, because you can only get this most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis from us over here at Bleeding Billion G, because we boots on the ground. A lot of these other content creators, they be penned up in their room somewhere. We boots on the ground. And I can tell you yesterday, from being boots on the ground, Luke McCaffrey was open yesterday. It's become trendy to bash Luke McCaffrey. I've gotten in on that trend as well, calling him a Nepo baby and things like that. Luke McCaffrey was open yesterday. Luke McCaffrey was open yesterday. Too bad he got Sam Hartman. I've run out of insults for Sam Hartman. What is it? Abercrombie and Fitch model, a Hollister model? I don't know, bro. He ain't an NFL quarterback. I'll tell you that. And lastly, before we get up out of here, because I told you I'm not going to keep you too long. When I saw Deebo Samuel run that jet sweep like it was 2021, I ain't going to lie if I didn't have a couple questions run through my head like, Terry who? Terry who? Because if Terry McLaurin want to keep acting like a diva, then guess what? We can throw them 6 years of that hard reputation that you've put in the work to earn. Oh, you throwing that down the drain, bro. You throwing that down the drain, my boy. You taking Buddy Baker down there with you. But I think that's it, man. I don't want to keep y'all up too long for a preseason game. And like I said, we got the vlog popping. Make sure y'all popping. Make sure y'all tap into the vlog. That's all I'm gonna say. Just know that the vlog was sponsored by La Gratonia and Stella Artois. And then we also got the reaction video popping as well. Don't expect that one to be long because I'm not reacting to a bunch of guys that's about to be paralegals in 3 weeks. But thank you guys for tuning into this episode. Let me know how you thought about the game. Flood that comment section, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. But I can't wait for real football because this fake football, while it's better than no football, this shit still sucks too. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side. Peace.